We'll be back. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. And quickly, I'd like to say there have been some very great heavyweight champions of the past, like Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, the incomparable Joe Louis, now sitting in this arena, Muhammad Ali, and for my money, Joe Frazier, too, and Rocky Marciano. And there have been some very forgettable ones, too, like Jess Willard and Primo Carnera and Ingemar Johansson and some others. What Larry Holmes would like to prove is that he stands a solid and respectable champion somewhere in there. And there have been reasons to doubt that lately. Let's take a look at Larry Holmes's boxing history. Larry Holmes, the WBC current champion, seeks recognition above all else. And judging by some pretty impressive statistics, he should get it. For instance, he can pass Tommy Burns and Joe Louis in consecutive knockout heavyweight title defenses. His 33-fight winning streak puts him right up there with some of the very best. In his 5 title defenses, a total of 43 rounds, he lost only 5 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards. Looking back at his career, he seemed to reach a new peak in his first fight against Ernie Shavers, using the jab and the ring brilliantly, side-to-side lateral movement. He really creamed Shavers, winning virtually every round for the decision. And then, his classic fight, one of the best heavyweight fights ever, against Kenny Norton. And the 15th round, one of the most memorable perhaps in boxing history, as the two stood toe-to-toe and slugged it out, with Holmes the winner. Then the defense against Evangelista. Indifferent. Of course he knocked the rotund Spaniard out, but was not impressive. The awkward Ocasio, completely outmatched. Holmes put him away. Then against Mike Weaver, the first sign of perhaps decline in Holmes. This was the 11th round. And look at Holmes, looking over to the corner. Appeared he might be ready to quit. Weaver giving it to him. But suddenly, in desperation, as the round was coming to a close, that uppercut floored Weaver, and Holmes put him away in the very next round. Then the rematch against Shavers just last September. Holmes again fighting brilliantly, winning the first 6 rounds without trouble. But there, in the 7th round, carelessness, and Shavers floored him. Groggily, Holmes got to his feet, came on to win in the 11th round, but not impressively. Then, against Lorenzo Zanone, this was 5th round action, and incredibly, Zanone was using the jab and winning the round from Larry Holmes. So some suspicions grew about Holmes's efficiency. In the 6th round, Zanone went down, finally, completely, but Holmes did not impress. So there is the boxing history of Larry Holmes. He's coming up for his 6th title defense. Where does he stand among the heavyweights of the past? He looked to be, off his first victory over Shavers and the brilliant struggle against Norton when Norton was still effective, a very solid, respectable heavyweight champion. As I noted, doubts have begun to creep in recently, but he'll get his shot tonight, and in the wake of what's already happened with that stunning 15th round knockout of Tate by Mike Weaver, a man who has lost 9 bouts and whom Holmes did beat, Holmes has a real good shot at the kind of recognition that he has been thirsting for. We'll be back here live in Vegas in a moment. Leroy Jones. That's Leroy Jones, the number 2 ranked contender. And we'll be talking with him after this word from our local stations. He weighs 254 and a half. Jones, as you can see, the fighters are in the ring. Jones to the right of your screen, Holmes bouncing around to the left of your screen. We'll be ready for the WBC Heavyweight Championship fight when we come back in a moment. There's the scene in the ring, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Chuck Hull, the ring announcer.
This is the main event of the
About
evening.
to make this
15 rounds
announcement.
of boxing for the World Boxing Council Heavyweight Championship. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, the number 2 contender, undefeated in a professional career, weighing 254½ pounds, Big Bad Leroy Jones.
Leroy is 30 years of age, 6 feet 5 inches tall, has a reach of 80 inches.
Easton, Pennsylvania, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, weighing 211 pounds, the Easton Assassin champion, Larry Holmes.
Holmes is 30 years of age, weighs 211, appears superbly conditioned. Working with Larry, of course, his trainer-manager, Richie Giacchetti. In the corner, the incomparable veteran, Freddie Brown and Jake Holmes. The trainer-manager of Leroy Jones, as adduced in our talk with him, Bobby Lewis, the U.S. Olympic boxing coach at Munich in '72. The cornermen, Joe Teal, Frank Mascherano. The referee is Richard Green. The judges, Charlie Minker, Art Lurie, Dwayne Ford. Minker cast the deciding vote for Alan Minter over Vito Antuofermo in this ring 2 weeks ago. There's the tail of the tape, the bell, the fight begins. Scoring on a 10-point must system, mandatory 8 count, no knockdown limit per round, can't be saved by the bell except in the final round. It is a 20-foot ring. 8-ounce Everlast gloves. I think you'll be surprised by the quickness of Leroy Jones's hands and the agility and mobility he shows with that huge body on surprisingly quick feet. At least that's been the way he's looked when we've seen him in the past. But that quick left jab of Holmes, first to the face, then to the midriff. First round action, the very beginning of things. Jones is not truly a knockout puncher.
This fight's for you. 500.
What's interesting about Holmes, as we look back upon the history that we presented, is that he got there with constant movement and with the jab. And in his more recent bouts, he has forsaken that movement. They're coming to the 2-minute point in round 1. WBC heavyweight crown at stake. And there you saw Leroy Jones doubling and tripling on his own jab. Likes to use the weight of that body when he has the opportunity to lean on the opponent and wear him down in the manner that Tate was doing earlier until Weaver caught up with him. End of round 1 at hand, an uneventful round. We're back live in Las Vegas, the start of round 2. First round, as you saw, the fighters feeling each other out. Larry trying to get through with the left jab, doing it occasionally. Jones himself responding in kind on a couple of occasions. Round 2. two good quick lefts. Leroy with a left and a right. Larry's is a stinging left. I think the strength of his punching has been underrated. A minute into the round. Making more effective use of his jab in this round than Jones. A minute 45 into round two. We saw the very neat way Holmes picked off a Jones blow with his right glove. This evening started with two stunning surprises. Eddie Gregory's TKO of Marvin Johnson in the 11th. Mike Weaver's knockout of John Tate at 2:15 of the 15th round. Sugar Ray Leonard held to form, and now Holmes is holding to form. Sugar Ray with a great knockout, 2:27 of the fourth round over Davy Boy Green. This has been a very good round for Larry Holmes. He's been working the jab effectively, the right in combination occasionally. We approach the end of round two. Vegas, Nevada, round three. Holmes assuming control of the fight in round two. He has said he will put Jones away within 5. He was setting Jones up very well toward that end in round two. Quickness of the jab. Quickness of the feet. Looking to parlay that jab, which you just saw, with the right, and again, and again. And you saw the pickoff of the Jones blow with the Holmes right glove again. We have gotten a shocking report from Landover, Maryland, that Angelo Dundee was knocked out by a fan as he was leaving the arena after the fight. Our director there, Chet Forty, is on top of the story, and we will report further to you as he gets it to us. Angie in the dressing room right now. Look at those lefts get in there from Holmes. Totally dominating the action. Jones's hands not quick enough to prevent most of them from getting through, though he does pick off some. Jones got in a good right. On Holmes on the left jaw. Minute left to go. This is the third round.
Catch him coming in.
Holmes at 211. Lean and trim, superbly conditioned. Right there you saw what Holmes is trying to do. Set Jones up with that left so that he can get in the right. And hopefully, from Holmes's point of view, finish him off within the predicted time. Holmes missing twice. Jones at 254.5. And we're approaching the end of round three. just begun round 4 here in Las Vegas. Larry Holmes using that left immediately, as he has been doing so tellingly in the last 2 rounds. The stature as contenders of the likes of Evangelista and Ocasio was questionable. The fact is that Holmes showed good ability to adjust to different styles, most particularly the crouching awkwardness of Ozzy Ocasio. It was the Holmes fight that brought his reputation into some degree of question. Right there, Jones was hurt by that Holmes left. Slightly off balance as it scored. Leroy Jones, of course, 24-0-1. Never been beaten. And his most notable victory over Mike Weaver, who scored the most notable victory of his fighting life earlier this evening in Knoxville, when he KO'd Big John Tate in the 15th round. This is 4th round action. We're almost to the point where we have a minute to go in the round. No suspicion of a knockdown yet.
Bring it up your right hook.
Holmes has learned the lesson. It is not to get careless. Oh, that was a good right-hand shot by Jones, as he became in the 7th round of the Shavers rematch, when Ernie almost put him away. Toe-to-toe now along the ropes. Larry got in a good left to the belly while Jones responded with several, but that left to Jones's belly did hurt him. You could see the face half brown in pain. The end of the round is here. 5th round action live from Las Vegas. Interesting exchange in Jones's corner. Bobby Lewis, his trainer-manager, telling him, you're at your best when you're in close, and you've got to keep going to the body the way you started to that last round. Let's see if Jones is able to follow Bobby's instructions. Holmes dominating the fight in my personal scorecard thus far. I scored the first round even. The next 3, Holmes easily. Fella looks like anything but a fighter. However, with that huge body and with the quickness of the hands, there is an effectiveness there. He may not be so nearly easy to put out as Holmes had been predicting. Jones has not yet gotten in close, and he has not yet gone to the belly, or tried to. Like to alert our stations along the line. We'll have a station break at the end of this round, barring, of course, a sudden knockout. This was the round that Holmes dedicated to his baby daughter, that he said Jones would go in. He's got a minute and 3 seconds left for Holmes to do it in, if he's going to do it. Jones works in close, but he's the one doing the holding. WBC World Heavyweight Championship at stake. And we'll be back with more of the WBC World Heavyweight Championship after this word from our local station. Round 6. We're live at ringside in Las Vegas. Again, Bobby Lewis exhorting his charge. You're looping your right hand, he told Jones. And you're not finishing off with your left hook. And you still have yet to go to the belly. But now, Holmes quicker with the hands. Scores with a left and right combination and then doubles and triples on the left jab. Not easy to follow instructions when you don't have the capacity to do it based upon the level of the opposition. Jones is not fighting a statue. We are about a minute into round 6. Later report on Angelo Dundee. He is awake. He is stable. He did suffer a very mild concussion. He had been knocked out by a fan. That report from Landover, Maryland. A minute and a half gone in round 6. Holmes, as you can see, dominating the flow of the fight, fighting his own fight, being careful. Forgotten was the prediction of the quick knockout. Scored well there. A minute left. Holmes is really leveling Jones now. He's using the right much more frequently and using it well. Round 6 is winding down, and what it's amounting to now is target practice. As Jones's left eye continues to swell, and as perhaps he begins to grow fatigued. Larry scoring at will. There you see it. Here's the end of the round. Round 7. That left eye of Leroy Jones. Above the eye, it's like a huge, angry boil. That's the nature of the swelling. Bobby Lewis complained to referee Richard Green that Holmes was thumbing Jones. I've seen no evidence of that, frankly. It was Holmes who claimed that Weaver thumbed him in their prior fight. We've had some good fighters on this undercard tonight. Alexis Aguayo, the super featherweight champion of the world. Fought a tough veteran Cookie and fought him brilliantly, won the decision. Tommy Hearns, knocked out Santiago Valdez in the first round. Hearns continues to be almost awesome. Seventh round, WBC heavyweight crown at stake, and Larry Holmes having a ball. say the only round that might have been in doubt was the first round, when each fighter was extremely wary. All of the others I would give to Holmes. In close now, Jones tries to use that 254.5 pounds to maul Holmes, but it didn't work. Back to ring center, and Holmes with the quick hands, steadily beating Jones to the punch. Less than a minute to go. Good right by Holmes, and a follow-up left, and another good right. Jones fighting wildly now. Perhaps the first sign of desperation. Look at that. The end of the round. Now, let's go down to Knoxville, where our colleague Keith Jackson is with Mike Weaver, who had himself one fight tonight.
Well, Howard, I'm not sure it's really seeped into Mike as to what he has accomplished, though the grin breaks out every once in a while. Would you like to see the knockout?
Sure, I want to see what I didn't see.
You know, this is the first time in the annals of heavyweight boxing that anybody has come into the 15th round, had to knock out a man in order to win a championship, and Mike Weaver did it tonight with only 45 seconds remaining in the fight. And here's how it happened, Mike.
Yeah, I see. They was telling me about throw the right hand to the body, follow a left hook, and I caught him with the left hook, which is my best punch, you know.
It worked tonight, my man. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go back to Howard in Las Vegas.
Thank you, Keith. Congratulations, Mike Weaver, and you just got a glimpse. Look at that left eye of Leroy Jones. 8th round action here in Vegas. With the left, nothing behind it, as you can see, and not connected. Holmes getting 2 quick ones, a third, right in there, 4th, 5th. Minute into the round, it is the 8th round. Jones's head stationary, and thus a pure target. Not slipping punches anymore. Hasn't been for a long number of rounds, only in the first round. Kenny Norton made an interesting comment to me earlier. He is in the arena. He said Holmes's problem is he's without stimulus, without incentive. He's so much better than all of the others around. Going more to the uppercut now. Jones, a wide open target. Jones ready, it seems to go. A little bit wobbly. 20 seconds left in round 8. And Larry throwing everything he could into him. Give Jones credit for gameness. He tries to fight back, but his body is just falling into the corner directly above us. And they're stopping the fight. And it's a good thing that Richard Green did. One has to be concerned about fighters in the wake of 4 recent deaths. He is completely pooped, bagged out. Jones's face tells it all. It was 2:56 in the 8th round. And Larry Holmes remains the WBC heavyweight champion of the world in a fight that from the first round on was no contest. Look at it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time.
That left hook, and that left hook, and that right. Live from